question for the last time for this subject. Liboon.
Kwan, sir. All about kwan, sir. Percent, sir.
Percent? Percent of what?
Katong manghulam ka, sir.
It's
Given year
about
pa.
percent
Yes.
of borrowing money.
Yes, sir.
So, particularly, unsa to siya nga topic?
Kwan.
Marco?
Kwan, finance, sir.
Simple.
It's about mathematics of finance. That's
Finance.
good. How about Clarion? Thank you. Clarion, you are
Simple
recognized.
interest, sir.
Again,
Simple interest.
it was all about simple interest also. As mentioned by Marco a while ago, kung manghiram daw kag kwarta tapos na ay percent, the term for that is interest. So the amount of interest will depend on the interest that is computed from the amount borrowed, which is also known as the principal. How about Elorde, April Boy? What else have you learned from our
Kuan sir,
previous meeting?
kanang how to solve sir.
How to
Pareha nang
solve
kung tay interest ang imong kwaon sir, imong gamiton ang formula nga I equals PRT.
very good. So that is the formula I is equal to PRT. That is interest is equal to what is I?
Principal. Interest.
Interest is equal to principal, that is the amount
Principal.
borrowed. R is
Rate.
the rate
Rate,
of
sir.
interest,
Rate.
that is in percent. You have to convert that into decimal, and T is equal to
Time.
the time, which is in years, tama, di
Year.
ba? And we have
Yes, sir.
also solved a lot of problems. Thank you for your answer, Mr. Elorde. For more problems, you may visit your Quipper account and look for the different problems na pwede ninyo makitaan dito. Now, for our new lesson, we're going to make it more complicated. That is why from the simple interest, we are going to have the compound interest. So kindly read the first part of the compound interest. As you can see, I am sharing. I hope you can see right now the material. Kindly read dupla. If you are around. If not, I will call another person. Kindly read Dabalos. Wala
Sir.
gihapon. So these persons, sige, go ahead. Okay. Dupla ang absent. Dabalos.
For long term, nagsasira kay hanap. For
Sige,
long term obligation, ay, paisa sir.
Sige, go.
For long term obligations, interest computation is commonly made on the basis of compound interest. Is compound interest if the interest is not paid but is allowed to accumulate at the end of the interest period. It is added to principal at the resulting amount becomes the new principal for the next interest period. Kapila po nang ubusan na,
Okay,
sir?
so okay na siya. Have you understood what Mr. Dabalos read? Kasi nagibasa niya. And can you see the difference from our previous lesson kato simple interest and kato gibasa niya karon nga compound interest? Ang simple interest is kaisa lang man ta nag-compute ato, di ba? If you can still recall kato mga problems given last time, kung naa siya ay principal and then there is a rate of interest given for a particular time, whether ang time is months ba siya or years, the computation is only done once. So that will be the amount paid at the end of the term. So you have your final or maturity value F. For the compound interest, as mentioned a while ago, the interest is not paid but is allowed to accumulate. So what do you mean by to accumulate? Magkaanam siya og kadako.
Magtubo-tubo.
Wala pa siya mahuman. Magkaanam siya kadako kay magtubo-tubo. Tama itong gimension. Magtubo-tubo siya. Magkaanam siya kadako. Kay nagkaanam ang pag-increase ang imuhang principal at the end of the term. Tapos ang imong interest, i-compute na pud nimo. So magkaanam og kadako ang imuhang bayro nun. if you are computing under compound interest. It is added to the principal and the resulting amount becomes the new principal for the next interest period. So since mudako man inyong principal, bago nga principal, so mudako po ang iyahang final amount. Now, muad na po ka og bago nga interest. And then mo compute na po ka. So we are going to see or observe later sa atong example kung nganong gitawag ni siya og compound interest and how does it differ with the simple interest. So in this lesson, you'll be able to make a comparison between the two, our previous lesson, simple interest, and this one, compound interest. So what are our objectives for this afternoon? At the end of the lesson, you will be able to differentiate simple from compound interest, and with the help of your calculator, I hope you will have scientific calculator kung naay scientific calculator. Kung wala, cellphone na lang, pwede man sa cellphone because we will be dealing with exponent. Tanang mga exponent sa ato ang formula karon. So lisod na siya kung imano-mano nato siya og solve. So you have to differentiate as well as to solve. So duha lang atong objectives for this afternoon. So let's start with the lesson proper. So all the problems that we will be dealing with for this afternoon will be all about finding the computed amount. Kindly read this particular section. May I request katong dili ulan-ulan sa ilaha? How about balasabas? Balasabas? Are you here, balasabas?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Ito,
Kindly
sir.
read. Kaninga part nga gi-flash karon sa screen.
Kanang in the previous chapter, sir.
Go ahead. Correct.
In the previous chapter, simple interest been discussed as a type of interest. This present topic will discuss the other type, the compound interest. Compound interest is the sum by which the original principal has been increased by the end of the contract. The total accumulated amount at the end of the period, the original principal plus the compound interest, is called the compound amount.
Okay. So
Ano, sir?
compound amount ang tawag atong final amount sa una, katong final amount nato sa una, katong simple interest nga topic. Karon ang tawag sa iya is compound amount. It's because naay na-accumulate na mga ningdako nga mga amount dito while you are computing the interest. So ningdako man siya, di ba, na-accumulate man to siya, kaya nagtubo-tubo man to siya, kaya compound man siya, di man siya simple. So ang iyahang term karon sa final amount is gihimo niyang compound amount. So ayaw mo ka libog sa mga terminologies. Final amount ang gigamit sa una katong concept sa simple interest, pero karon nga compound interest we are using the term compound amount. Naklaro na? Klaro ba ang compound amount?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the
Yes,
very
sir.
same way, ang katong simple interest sa una, ang tawag po nato siya karon is compound interest na pod. And you have to take note of the following numbers kay very important ni siya when we are solving. Interest is said to be computed or compounded or converted as follows with the corresponding conversion period. Kung nakabutang dito sa problem that the interest is compounded or converted annually, so ang value sa M will be 1 or the conversion period is 1. So that will be for the annually. For the semi-annually, na may mga problem nga ang iyahang computation is semi-annually. That is 2 yung equivalent sa M or the number of conversion period is 2. Pasabot ana sa isa ka tuig, kaduha siya computan og interest. Kung nakabutang sa problem, the computation of the interest is quarterly, ang pasabot ana kaupat sa isa ka tuig magkinumputay og interest. So mas dako-dako ni siya og compound amount kay kadaghan man siya gikomputan og interest. So the value of M for quarterly is 4. But kung naka-mention sa problem that the conversion period is monthly, so the value of M will be 12. So kada bulan, mag-compute og interest. So please take note of the numbers 1, 2, 4, and 12. That is for annually, semi-annually, quarterly, and monthly respectively. The time between successive interest computation is called the conversion period. So, mo to ang gisulti ganina nga annually, semi-annually, quarterly, ug monthly. Unsa man ni siya mga conversion period, kapila ka mag-compute og interest sa imong utang. For example, nangutang ka sa isa ka institution, nya compound interest ang inyong computation. 1 year lang imong utang pero inyong sabot is quarterly, ang pasabot ana is kaupat kaniya computan og interest. So nasabtan ninyo ang meaning sa conversion period?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for
Yes,
the
sir.
response. So the total number of conversion period, we have another formula given here that will be designated as N. And the formula is N is equal to T times M, where T is the time and M is katong annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly. Pwede siya 1, pwede 2, pwede 4, pwede po 12. So take note of that formula. N is equal to Tm. So para maklaro nato ang pasabot aning compound interest, and we will compare that to simple interest, we will have the first example. So I hope ready na inyong mga calculators para makasabot ta ani. I will read the first example. Find the compound amount of 20,000 pesos compounded semi-annually for 2 years at 12%. What is the conversion period sa problem? Unsay gimension niya kapila daw siya computan in 1
8,
year?
sir.
Semi-annually. Duha, sir.
Ang gipangutanan nako is ano lang ha? Conversion period pa lang. Annually, semi-annually, quarterly,
Quarter.
monthly.
Semi-annually.
Semi-annually.
Semi-annually. So what will be the value of M nga atong gamiton?
2.
2. So pwede na ka magsulat daan og mga given. So from the problem, number 1, semi-annually will give us M is equal to 2. 2 years is our T. So wala siya problema kay in years man siya. So wala tayo i-convert ani kay wala may months gihatag. So 2 years is good. That is equal to 2 for T. We have the value of I here. I-introduce nato later kung unsay pasabot aning I because we will have another set of formula for compound interest. So as you can see, kaning 12% kagihatag dere sa simple interest mo ni atong gamiton nga rate, di ba? Pero since we are already in the compound interest nga lesson, kaning 12%, actually i-divide ni siya kung unsa imong conversion period. So ang conversion period na to is semi-annually man. Ang semi-annually di ba 2 man to. So i-divide pa niya to 2. So atong gamiton nga rate is actually 6% na lang. And our N, the number of conversion period, is equal to T times M. So for 2 years, and then twice ka in a year, so 2 times 2, that is equal to 4. So pasabot ana, kaupat tanan, all in all, ang pag-compute sa interest. And the principal is 20,000. So before i-reveal nato ang correct answer ani, ipakita nato ang computation with the use of simple interest. So in the context of simple interest, in ani ang iyang mahitabo, di ba? 20,000 is our principal. Then, di ba, nahimong 6% naman itong interest na to. Tama ba to ganina? Kaya divide man nato og 2 kay semi-annually man siya. So are you following?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now, with the use of your calculator, what is the interest of 20,000 pesos kung 6% iyang rate of interest for the first 6 months? So 20,000 times 0.06. Pila? Very good. That's 1,200. That's why you have 1,200 here. So i-add na to siya. The original principal 20,000 plus ang imuhang interest ka na-earn, that's 1,200. So what is the total? 21,200. Di ba wala pa man mo gibayaran ni siya? Kaya na pa may semi-annually baya ang imuhang pag-compute, then 2 years pa. So padayon kag-compute. This time, ang imuhang kwaon nga principal, the new principal, will be 21,200. So ang 21,200 na pud ang kwaan na pud og 6% interest. So what is 21,200 times 0.06?
1,272.
1,000.
Good. Okay, I hope nga nag-verify jud mo sa inyong calculator ha kay para makita gay ninyo ang iyaha yung reason nga nung 1,272 ang naa diri. So that's correct. So i-add na po na nato para mahibal-an nato kung pila na iyahang total nga amount at the end of 1 year. Kay first 6 months man tong 1,2 ganina nga nahimong 21,200. For the next 6 months, nag-interest na po siya og 1,272. So ang total niya, all in all, for 1 year, that's 22,472 pesos. The new principal at the end of 1 year. Wala pa ni nahuman, kay 2 years baya iyahang contract. So mag-compute na po siya og bag-o nga interest. So nahulog na siya og 1 year and 6 months. So that's why you have 1.5 years. Ang iyang principal nga gamiton is 22,472. That will be multiplied by 6%. So what is 6% of 22,472?
1,348.32.
Very good. Up to the nearest centavo man ta. So up to 2 decimal places. So atong i-add na pud karon ang 22,472 plus the new interest nga 1,348.32. Ang iyahang bag-o nga amount is 23,820.32. That is the new principal at the end of 1.5 years. Naana na siya another 6 months para makompleto ang 2 years. So for the last time, mag-compute na po ka og 6% interest pero imong principal is 23,820.32. So computing 23,820.32 times 0.06, you will get 1,429.22. Tama ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So i-add na nato
Yes, sir.
tanan. Kaya mo naman to ang last na computation sa interest kaya na kompleto naman niya ang 2 years. So the total amount, the compound amount this time is 25,249 pesos and 54 centavos. Sabot ato at the end of 2 years, ang 20,000 pesos niya nahimo ng 25,249 pesos and 54 centavos. Nagdako siya kay ikaupat man ka nag-compute all in all kay semi-annually man siya. Then 2 years pud siya. Sabtan ninyo? So that is the concept of compound interest as compared to simple interest. Kaya kung simple interest lang ni siya, kaya isa ra nato siya gi-solve, i-calculate. Then diretso na tayo ang compound amount. So makita ninyo sa compound interest, mas dako ang imong bayro nun. Nakuha ninyo?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, but we will not do this all the time. Kay taas man kayo ni siya nga process kung isa-isahon na to og compute. That is why we have to use the formula. And this is now the formula. Please take note. You have to copy the formula para ato ang problem nga i-solve afterwards will be easy on your part para pas-pas po maka-answer. You have the option, you can have F, the final amount, because final amount ang ato ang ipangita diri, which is also known as the compound amount because we are now dealing with compound interest. That is equal to P, which is your principal. That's the original principal. Parentheses, so i-multiply nimo siya. We have here the legend. So ako nang i-move up. 1 is constant plus we have J divided by M. What is J? J is the nominal rate of the interest per year. So ang J actually, mo to siya ang ginahatag sa problem. Just like in problem number 1, di ba? 12% yung gihatag. Kailangan pa to siya nimo i-divide og M. What is your M? Your conversion period. Aha man ni siya makitaan. Mo ni siya ang katong mga annually, semi-annually, quarterly, or monthly. I-divide to nimong J by M, then you will get I. I is the periodic rate. That is why ang ato ang first nga formula, pwede po siya ma-transform into kaning second formula dere. Pero ang iyahang exponent will be T times M. Atong time, which is in years, multiplied by M conversion period. Mo man ni siya ang N katong atong gikuha ganina sa first nga page ato ang gibasa. So ibalik na ko ato ang gibasa ganina katong N is equal to TM. Mo ni siya actually ato ang exponent. nagipasabot diri. So sa ikaduha nga formula, ang T times M pwede na himuon nimong N kung na-multiply na nimo siya. That is kung compound amount ang gipangayo. So it would be better nga kaning una imuhang himuon nga formula imong gamiton kay kaning kaduha mao man ni siya ang iyahang simplified form pero kailangan gihapon ang I magud diri kailangan gihapon nimo i-solve. So mobalik gihapon ka og J divided by M. Ang kaning N kailangan gihapon nimo siya i-solve. So mobalik gihapon ka og T times M. Kay mo to ang formula. So it would be better nga kanya lang first ang imuhang himuon or gamiton nga formula. If for example nangayo ang problem of what is the amount of interest, so imuha lang i-minus ang imuhang bayronon, imuhang compound amount F minus ang imuhang gihiram principal, the difference is equal to the amount of interest. So you have there the legend. Do we have questions?
None, sir.
None so far. So going back to the problem, ibalik nato sa problem number 1, pero we will not use the long method. Kay long method mo ito gigamit ito ganina. Katong computan yun nato siya interest kada semi-annually. So balik na sa problem nato, katong 20,000 is the principal, compounded semi-annually, so M is equal to 2. For 2 years, so T is equal to 2. At 12%, so 12% divided by our M, which is 2. So that is 12 divided by 2. 6% is our I. Then our N, that's T times M. Our T is 2 years. Our M is 2 because it's semi-annually. So N is equal to 4. And the principal is 20,000. So using the formula, katong gipakita ganina, katong first formula nga F is equal to P, blah, blah, blah. So atoan na siyang himuon o ginani. So this is now the solution. F is equal to P times the quantity of 1 plus J divided by M raised to the power of T times M. So imong i-input na ang 20,000 for P, then copy 1, that's constant, plus you have 12% divided by 2 to the power of 2 times 2. So now you use your calculator. Unsay unahon ani, ang kanina sa sulod sa parenthesis. So what is 12% divided by 2? That is 6%. So naana ka sa sulod sa parenthesis na kay 1 plus what is 6%? 0.06. So that will give you 1.06. Tama ba? Tapos if you are using your scientific calculator or your calculator in your cell phone na may kay exponent diha, so i-press na to nimong icon nga na exponent, then to the power of 4 mo to siya, then you will get 1.262, taas ni siya nga number, and so on. Then that value will be multiplied to your principal nga 20,000. So what is the result? You have 25,249 pesos and 54 centavos kay gi-round off manimo siya to the nearest centavo or 2 decimal places. So as you can observe, ang kaning answer nga 25,249.54 pareha siya sa answer ganina nga gimano-mano na to og solve. Kaning 25,249.54. Na-gets ninyo? So please ask questions if you have some questions. Na may mga nag-hi diha. So it means sayon ra siya, no?
Sir, kanang
Pinaningo.
1 ana sir ba?
Ilorde.
Kanang 1 sir ba? I-plus pa na siya sa 1 day sir?
Okay na may plus nga sign dire. So ang 1 will be added kung unsa ang result aning pag-divide nimo sa
Di ba ang result
percent
din ng
divided by
12 divided by 2, di ba? 0.06, tama ba?
correct, tama. So plus 1 to nimo. So
Dayon,
na kay
plus 1.
1 plus so nahin mo kang 1.06 na siya.
Ay, 1.06. Sige sir.
Okay, padayon to nimo 1.06 raised to the power of 4. Sige, i-compute yun siya. 1.06 raised to 4. Kabang may calculator, I don't know kung naggamit mo sa cellphone na mo kay calculator sa cellphone.
Cellphone na gamit na mo, sir.
O pwede ra kay kung i-change ang orientation sa cellphone kay na may manggawas diha nga mga icon, di ba? Na may manggawas nga mga icon, na ay mga ano diha, na exponent. So 1.06 raised to the power, kita ninyo 1.06 raised to the power kanang murag V nga
Yes, sir.
inverted
Yes, sir.
exponent
Kita, sir.
raised to the power of 4. So tanawon ninyo raised to the power of 4. So mag-equals ko if I'm using the exponent mo na mo gawas.
Yes, sir. Tingnan
Verify
naman, sir.
ninyo tapos i-times dayon mo siya og 20,000. So ang result will become like this. So i-round off to
Yes, sir.
nimo
Thank you, sir.
after the
Sir, pwede balik, sir.
decimal places. Mo to siya ang mugawas.
Yun sa to mo, sir. Balik, nawala ko, sir.
Okay. So 1 plus 0.06. So you have 1.06. Raised to the power, pangita ang raised to the power diha, kani-kaning x to the power of y. Rest ani mo siya. So mo na siya exponent. To the power of 2 times 2, so 4. So mo nang nana kay exponent ng 4 diha. Dapat inani mo gawa sa inyong sa screen sa inyong calculator. Tapos i-equal din ninyo equals kani. So kinsa ang nakaabot ani nga part?
Kuha na, sir. Nakuha na naman, sir.
Very
Kuha na,
good.
sir.
Then times 20,000, then you can get 25,249.54. So I hope nakuha ninyo tanan no kay the next exercise will be part of your recitation. The same rule applies. The first one to give the correct answer will receive additional points for our last meeting. This is your last chance to earn points for our recitation. So I hope you are now ready. Pwede pa-mute. Murag na ay saba kayo kali nga murag nagkuskus o anidoro. Kisa ni, palihog lang ko og ka ng mute. Go ahead. Let's have accumulate 15,000 pesos for 5 years at 6% compound.
Patay, run out.
Run out eh.
Run out, klaro kayo.
Run out. Napalong si sir. Tara, solve na.
Run
Samtang
out
wala
may
pa.
dire.
Run out ang si
Wow, sir, titit ka, sir.
Siya nga,
Run out may dire. Run out. Isolve na na, isolve.
Isolve niyo, isolve na lang na.
Dalaw.
Type na lang, type.
Isulod na.
Sibling.
O si answer. Dali.
Kana, 100 may ko na, wala na time na.
Dali tayo.
Upload ko kami.
Diretso ko.
Sibling, di ko ana.
Wow, sir, pangapil lang sa sir. Screenshot ninyo.
Baan nyo eh. Baan
Answer
nyo
na lang to, pre. Balik niya.
Screenshot mo.
Tani answer na yun.
Baan nyo eh. Baan nyo eh.
Baan na ninyo.
Baan nyo eh. Baan nyo eh. Baan nyo eh.
Yawa, nawala. Screenshot niyo rin.
Nawala na noon. Patay ay.
Baan nyo eh. Baan.
Malas, malas.
Irespon nga. Nawala.
Baan nyo.
Open cam, open cam.
Baan. Baan.
Open ka, open ka, maganda.
Open cam.
Baan nyo
Absent, absent tayo, open ka.
Bildi ang open cam, run out dire.
At,
Wala ang building
Tay,
nila
may.
babay.
Run out man. Run
Feel
out mo
mo
apa
to.
dire.
Baan nyo. Baan nyo. Baan nyo.
Mga body, present ato.
Baan nyo.
atay, japit po daw.
Sige, etang
I-recall na to niyo ba? Yung sa pag-solve ba, i-recall daw.
Saban nyo, diba? Baan nyo.
I-recall sa inyo, recall.
I-recall na, i-recall.
Ay, naka-record. Ay, naka-record pa.
Pila percent daw ato.
Ay, naka-record pa na.
Atay, naka-record pa mo din.
Boys.
Murag 6 man siguro. Percent.
Record na nila.
Rizelo pa. Gago recorded ba dyan ba? Nangin.
Ay, naka-record na nila.
Sorry sir, dito ako ang kamot. Ala ka na.
Ala, patay. Agoy.
Sorry, sir.
Alam
Sorry,
mo,
sir.
isa to nagingon ng mga
Daghang bitaw ta.
Ako rin ang nangos kita.
Agoy. Sorry, sir.
Basta akong dagway ra akong gipakita.
Ni hire mo to, sir.
Basta ako nag-focus sa
Ala ka.
solving.
Basta ako natulog ra ko ha.
Gilbert upaw.
Tanon.
Mata di ni mahuman ba?
Malikas ang tako, dili na lang.
Basta ako diri kay nagkuan ako diri, nasolve ako, naglabad ako ulo diri.
Sige na, Carl. Pag-pray na, Carl.
Saba na sa bash. Pahimoyo.
Sayo daw, Carl.
Gunday ni bay. TikTok ka. Naka-record bitaw ni.
Sayo daw, Carl.
Manaya, open cam.
Ayaw, Carl.
Tanan. Kita tanan ba naka-record man eh. Mayo ta.
Yo, Carl.
Ayaw, Carl.
Alim na nata.
Ali.
Siyaw, Carl.
Week.
Aman. Presento card.
Sa ulit ka chat.
Sige daw.
Ay, sana all. Chrome reveal daw Chrome reveal.
Kuya, okay.
Delikado.
Pagwali, Carl. Pagwali, Carl.
Ah?
Pagwali. Hindi, ginawa mo ba?
Diba?
Ela.
Saan wali? Si quarter leg.
Kadto mo tong ganiya bang solve ba? Tungkuan ba? Wa po na ko na screenshot po.
Kana jap na ayan na jap.
Yap, nagsugod na po ka ba?
Jap tayo na mong kamot.
Ano, sir? Sayang nga, sir.
Mag-video kita dre.
Dave ko, pag maligaw gulan.
Tugde ba di?
YouTube. Kailang. Mga nasa ta.
Sige. Sa may kantahon.
An. Wilson the bus.
Ge kanta sa mo diha kay mina ko dire.
Sige.
Wilson the bus kana jap.
Habing inirme. Katong habing inirme.
Kanang kumot-kumot.
Hoy, pampasko na lang, hapit ang December.
Day, sisgan ako day.
Wala may muhatag sa atong kuan. Pamasko.
Kumot-kumot.
Banyo.
Tawa ko na ba yun?
Kanyo queen gagi.
Yay.
But jap.
Ang galing nyo. Anong galing nyo?
Pinay. Kusgi pa jap.
Oh, may sound.
Kusgan, galing na ako.
Kamray, Tons. Jap.
My sounds.
Oh yeah.
Oh, ball na ako.
Ay, sound.
Ay. Malas yan.
May sound.
tingog ba di?
Buang na ni.
Yate.
Sa nagnamang matani maglang
Makus lang yung i-discuss ni Ma'am Dam.
Kahon na lang na nato.
mapareha ta sa palagi sige man tag.
Isa na may nakasolve diha, pakuha daw. Isa pag-solve.
Mag-screenshot ang kuan. Question.
Burn out naman. Basi gunya patahan siguro sa orasan na ron.
Di na ni Mauman.
Pabalik pa doon, sir.
Di na brand out dito.
Pilde ang muli pa ni pilde.
Kung bumalik ang kurente,
Ano dali,
Ang muli,
paugat,
pilde.
paugat. Paugat, paugat.
yun ang mulit absent. Sige na, sige na.
May suga diri ay.
Ang muli po, Pao.
Awa na, siga na.
Siga na, balik klase ni karon.
Sige na, sige na. Sige na.
Siga na. Balik
Okay.
diyan.
Klase na ta, klase na.
Klase na, klase na.
Kasi ni ba discuss?
April boy upaw. Ora, lagi upaw. April upaw. Ay, saba diha.
Nas, way ligo.
Carl, dapat reveal be. At big.
Nana, may na-cancer lagi og yun sa kani pagsaur nila.
Makadaot na sa utok.
Yun sa to pagsaur sa katong ganiya katong sa to. May exponent nga force.
Plus, plus. Di plus, nagututan na nay.
Check kita mo ingon kung tama ba nilang answer. Arjo Pao.
Gag.
Wala lagi na walang record lagi.
O imo dupla, kulang na imo ha dupla, kulang.
Ano, sir?
Saan ka pagsaur man ako na screenshot bay.
Ano na si sir?
Di plus, lagi ito. Tanan.
This will be part of our recording no overall kaya wala na putol ang recording nato. So padayon ta, okay lang?
Yes sir.
Still have time,
Sir.
Manggut Tayang. This is our last lesson.
Sir,
Yes sir, yes sir.
I will now share to you once again.
putol-putol, hig na.
I hope you can see the material right now.
Ito ro.
Yes, sir.
So we are now on example number 2 na, diba? And this is part of the recitation na. So please get your calculators. Please don't forget the formula. And try to solve the problem. Again, the first one to give the correct answers on chat box will earn additional points. So again, accumulate 15,000 pesos for 5 years at 6% compounded quarterly. Good, go. First answer is given by Wilfredo. How about the others? I'm waiting for your answers. Round off your final answer to the nearest centavo, so 2 decimal places. Another from Christian, 20,202.86. And how about the others? It's quarterly na siya ha. So, unsa na i-divide ani? Then, kailangan ma-review ninyo unsaon pag-convert sa percent into decimal. Kaya basig mamali na po ang inyong mga decimal, mamali ang inyong value. Okay, we have 31,000 according to Clarion. Remember, it's 5 years ni siya ang kinumputay ani. Then compounded quarterly. Okay, let's see kung nabi nakakuha tama ang answer sa inyo ha. I hope nag-participate pa ang uban while upat lang ako nakita nga nag-answer so far here in our chat box. So for problem number 2, 15,000 pesos is your principal. 5 years is your time. 6% is not the final rate that you will use. So J lang siya, nominal rate lang pasabot ana. So that is equal to 0.06. Since naka-indicate that the conversion is quarterly, so pasabot ana, M will be equal to 4. So na, I hope na-gets din ninyo nga value. Kaning 0.06 karon, i-divide pa na ninyo og 4. Para makuha nimo ang I. Moto ang I yung gamiton nga periodic rate. So 0.06 divided by 4 is 0.015. I-verify ninyo using your calculator. While your TM, kato imuhang exponent later, T is 5 while M is 4 because it's quarterly, so that's 20. So mo to imong exponent later. So pwede na nimo idiretsyo katong second nga formula that was given. So F is equal to P times the quantity of 1 plus I raised to the power of N. So you will have 1 plus 0.015, that's 1.015, raised to the power of 20. Ang answer ana is 1.34 and so on. That will be multiplied to 15,000 pesos. So the result is 20,202.83. And the lucky student who got the correct answer, who will also get additional points for the recitation for the last
Algin.
question, is... Ala,
Sana
sayang
all
ang
the
kay Samson, kay lahiyahang sentavo. Kadorna. Kadorna, congratulations. Are you here?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Congratulations, you earned additional points for our last meeting.
Thank you, sir.
Questions from the group? So anyway, this will be uploaded in your Quipper. So kung gusto nyo tanawon again ang solution, then you just look at the Quipper. Now let's proceed kay para dito sa atong time kay na ubos atong time kanina sa brownout. Let's have number 3. Grace and Donna deposited 8,000 pesos in a savings account at 5%. If interest is compounded monthly, what will the amount of their deposit be at the end of 2 years? Go. I'm waiting for your answers. This is compounded monthly, 5%. Taas kay ni siya ang value, so dapat na mo'y calculator jud pag solve kay pag divide pa lang nimo daan sa 5% sa yang M, it's actually a very long number. It is composed of repeating and non-terminating decimal. So far, we have 15,000. Not dili ni answer ni dupla. 7,999.95. We have 8,768. Kani pa lang ang nag-answer. And at least duha lang kabuok. How about the others? It's 8,000 pesos, 5%. That's the nominal rate. The conversion is monthly. So kada bulan, kumputan ni siya og interest. For how long? For 2 years. Okay, so I think madugay ta kung magsita gulat sa uban kung silang answer. At least natay tulo ka answers dire. So let's check the answers. Given 8,000 is principal, 5% rather is the nominal rate. Monthly is equal to 12, that is the conversion period. And then 2, since at the end of 2 years ang iyang deposit. Using the formula, you can have katong I ni mo siya diretso. So you have to compute J divided by M. Actually, taas kay ang value aning J divided by M. Kaning 0.05 divided by 12. Taas siya mga 6, daghang 6 and 7. Kung magamit ka calculator, ayaw lang siya i-erase kay para makuha nimo ang correct number. And after that, i-plus nimo dayon 1. So ang result anang 0.05 divided by 12 plus 1 is 1.00416 and so on, then 7. Ang imuhang n, which is t times m, is 12 times 2. So ang imong exponent is 24. So raised to the power of 24, then i-multiply nimo sa 8,000 nga imuhang principal. So the correct answer is 8,839.53. So nakuha mo ni siya ang answer, 8,839.53 kung nagamit kag scientific calculator. Walay nakakuha og tama nga answer sa atuang chat box. Do you have any questions for problem number 3?
Wala na, sir.
Okay, let's have number 4. I hope someone will get this correctly. Accumulate 6,500 for 4 years and 5 months. So na siya pakapin. At 5.5% compounded semi-annually. I-try lang ninyo kung makuha ninyo na. Again, na kay 5 months. So again, kung 5 months, imo siya i-convert into years. So nanin siya decimal na po. Okay, na, basta 9 months, i-divide na mo siya 12. Tapos i-add din mo dito sa whole number. Then semi-annually siya. So you are solving. I will now show the solution para dito madugay because it's already 5:22. Get all the numbers and make the correct representation. 6,500 is the principal. 4 years and 5 months is actually 4 and 5 over 12. Pwede pa nimo siya i-fraction. Then later, imo siyang i-decimal. Basta ang kaning 5 months will be divided by 12 since kailangan man natin i-express into years. 5.5% in decimal is 0.055. Okay, move 2 places to the left. Compounded semi-annually, so that will give us the value of m, which is equal to 2. So computing the value of I, j divided by m, we have 0.055 divided by 2, that's 0.0275. While for our exponent nga n, is actually a non-terminating. Wala siya nag-undang decimal with repeating number 3. So we have t, which is 4 and 5 over 12, or pwede ka maggamit diha sa imuhang calculator, if 5 divided by 12 nimo, then plus 4, times your m, which is 2. So katong 4 and 5 over 12, times pa nimo 2, kay para makuha nimo ang t times m, which is 8.83333 and so on sa imong calculator. So using that formula again, kaya na-solve naman nimo ang I, which is 0.0275, and ang N nimo, this can be equal to 56 over 6 or katong decimal nga 8.83333 and so on. So the correct answer is 8,260.12. That is the correct answer for our example number 4. Moving on, I have another problem here. So, di na ako ihatag ni siya as recitation. Idiretso na ako hatag ang answer. Kay, for the interest of time, is already 5:24. Find the compound amount. Are you there? Napa ba mo? Nagapaminaw pa ba mo sa
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes,
Number
sir.
5, duha ang gipangayo niya. Thank you. Compound amount and compound interest on 9,700 pesos for 5 years and 3 months at 6% converted semi-annually. So what will happen? You have 9,700 is your principal, 5 years and 3 months. So nagkapon ni pakapin. So ang T nato is 5 and 3 divided by 12, or that is equal to 5 and 1/4 because 3 divided by 12 is 1/4 or 0.25. So T is equal to 5.25 para klaro. 6%, that is 0.06. Divided by, since semi-annually man siya, so ang pasabot sa semi-annually kay M is equal to 2. So 0.06 divided by 2 is 0.03. Our exponent is 5.25 times 2, T times M, is 10.5. So we have the solution. For the compound amount, the first question, find the compound amount. Using your calculator, you can get 13,230.08. While for the interest, what is the compound interest? Yung mga lang i-minus, yung mga 9,700 nga principal with 13,230.08 nga final or compound amount, then ang imuhang gitubo is only 3,530 pesos, 0.08. So those are the answers. Questions before we proceed? I hope nakuha ninyo. While si Elorde, I would like to ask to mute yourself kay murag nag-create og sound. Let's have the last example, number 6. Find the amount at the end of 13 years of 5,500 pesos which is invested at the rate of 12%, compounded quarterly in the first 4 years. So kani nga problem is complicated ni siya kay kadaghan man siya gilisdan or gibaylo niya ang iyahang conversion period. For the first 4 years, compounded quarterly. Then, nag-change na po siya, 10% na po, na-change po ang iyahang rate. Then, compounded semi-annually in the next 7 years. And then, nag-change na po siya into 8% compounded annually in the remaining years. And take note sa first part, at the end of 13 years. So, all in all, ang iyahang length of time sa iyahang investment is 13 years. I hope you're still there. You're still listening.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you for your response. So let's get the first set. Kaya naman tayo tulo ka set diri. Ang first set is 12% compounded quarterly for first 4 years. Second set is 10% compounded semi-annually in the next 7 years. Third set is 8% compounded annually for the remaining years. So na kay 4 years, na kay 7 years, so pwede to kay years na 11 years. So ang kaning remaining years, 2 years para makover na to ang 13 years. So ang first set ang itong solve first. We have 5,500. That's the principal. We will start with that amount. Our nominal rate is 12%, compounded quarterly, so M is equal to 4. That is why we have J divided by M, 0.12 divided by 4 is 0.03. And our time is 4 years, first 4 years pamanta. And since our M is also 4, kay compounded quarterly, so T times M, 4 times 4, we have 16. So kung ato ang input sa calculator, we have 5,500 multiplied by 1 plus 0.03, that's 1.03, raised to the power of 16. Then i-multiply to sa 5,500. So mugawas sa calculator is 8,825.885415. As you can see, wala akong na-ground off pa dire. Kaya nga naman, mao pa ni siya akong gamiton tibuok value kay nafa man ko yung second set. That will be the new principal. And for the second set, 10% compounded semi-annually, so 10% is equal to 0.10 or 0.1. Semi-annually is equal to 2. 7 years is our time. So therefore, kung i-divide na to ang 0.01 by 2, you will have 0.05. So that is our I. Then our N is equal to 14 because T times M man siya. 7 times 2. T times M, 7 times 2, 14. Input again sa calculator, your 8,825 point katong taas kayo nga decimal times 1 plus katong imuhang nakuha nga value raised to the power of 14. That will be multiplied sa imong principal. So the new amount right now is 17,474.64943. Again, wala pa ni round off diri kay na pa kay third set kaning 8% compounded annually for the remaining years. So ang na-cover ato 2 years na lang. So let's have the last one, 17,474.64943. That's 8% annually. So M is equal to 1. So wala ma-change sa imong nominal rate kay 0.08 divided by 1 is still 0.08. Then, ang remaining years is 2 years na lang. Kaya naka-cover na makag 11 years sa katong first 2 sets. So, kulangan na lang siya 2 para may mong 13 years. Kaya 13 years ang length sa investment. So, N is equal to T times M. So, 2 times 1. So, that's why it's 2. So, input again in your calculator, 1747.64943 times 1 plus 0.08 raised to the power of 2. So, the final answer is 20,382.43 pesos. So that is how you're going to compute if the concept is about compound interest. So I hope klaro na sa inyo ha. Do you have questions? All of the materials will be uploaded in Quipper so you will have time to review the examples.